Hey, good morning, and welcome to first episode of Trials. And I wanted to speak on, I guess, the meaning of trials. And in reality, the meaning has a lot to do with test of faith. Um, so let's get it started. Welcome. So, all right. There's a verse I'm going to start off in every show with every meaning, and so one that really gets to me, a verse that I really like is from Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. Wow, strong. And when we talk about faith and um, our meaning and view through God's eyes, it's very important that we understand who we are. Who we are as people, who we are as a community. You know, in this year, 2023, there's been uh, a lot of backsliding and a lot of depression within a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of situations. And that's not to say that it is not okay to feel the way you feel, because at the end of the day, we are human. But we also must understand that a lot of the times when we have trials, there's ways, there's a way for us to get out, you know. And I was speaking to one of my friends, Josh, who I'll eventually introduce into this podcast one day. And I told him about our feelings as humans. And I told him basically, when we feel as humans that we are not nothing, we're not worth anything, and that we fall into this state of depression. It causes you to feel terrible. It causes you to regret a whole bunch of things, and including depression and also anxiety, and you feel that there's no way out. But I got something to tell you. There's always going to be a way out of your situation. Always. Now, my heart goes out to those that do feel that way, but I have to tell you there's always going to be a way out. You will never, ever stay in a state of consistency where you don't feel that you don't have a exit. It might be a maze, but there will always be an exit. You'll always find your way out. You might bump into walls in the maze. You might bump into ways of uh, ways that you might just be exhausted, and in your head you're saying like, "Damn, I'm stuck." But through every puzzle, there's an answer. Through every maze, there's a way. Um, I wanted to introduce that because I understood that where it's my son. I'm sorry for the noise. I'm gonna fix the audio eventually, but even for me, to tell you the truth, which is why I'm starting this podcast, to bring in some light, to bring in light to those that don't feel that they have it. Because I was also in that position to where I felt like I was stuck, but I knew something was wrong. I just needed to find out what it was. I guess right now, I moved to a three-bedroom apartment in Hurricane, Utah, and to tell you the truth, it's been amazing. It's been awesome to be here. Um, because previously I was living in Park City, Utah, and I was there for about 8 months. Um, but one thing about Park City that I never knew was that it was expensive. You know, it was expensive. Man, I thought New York was expensive. Hey, Park City's expensive. And I was working for the city of Park City as a driver, mind you. Um, I knew from the beginning that that's not something I wanted to do because I hate driving. Those who know me knows that I hate driving and I dislike it with a passion. It's just like not for me, you know. Um, Driving, but I was driving. I was driving buses. I had my CDL for a while. Learned how to drive uh, trucks and whatnot through the military at first, but I was driving buses, and I never viewed it as a long term commitment because it wasn't for me. It wasn't a career where I can say, oh hey look, this is where I want to be. Because at the end of the day, for me, my thing was that to be able to use my degree. I graduated from college. I got my bachelor's in history, and I also got an associate's in business admin. I was previously accepted into UNLV, um, University of Las Vegas, to get my master's in education, but I didn't do it because I had my son. My son was gonna be born at the time, and I decided not to continue with it or not to go through it because it was just fear in that situation where if I was scared to see if I was going to be able to handle both. New parents are always going to be in fears to see if what they can handle or not. That's just the reality of parenthood. But I knew I wanted to be able to use my career, my degree. I studied. I wanted to be able to use my skills. And in Park City, I was driving buses and I was not okay with it because I felt that there was no skills for me to use. Mind you, I'm driving buses 10 hours a day and it felt exhausting. Oh, but driving buses is so easy. Yes, it is easy, but it can be exhausting. Just like anything in life, guys. Sometimes you might think, "Oh, this sounds good. It's easy and whatnot. This is this is it for me." That's what we think. This is it for me. I like it, but is it for you? Do you feel that what you are doing is for you? Is a real question. Because for me, I knew driving buses wasn't for me from the beginning, but I was so convinced by the benefits and whatnot that I said, you know what, I should stay here. And that was not a good thing. It was not. It was not because I um I clouded my judgment. One of the worst things to do is to cloud your judgment. Just cloud what's not there for you. You just believe just because something is good, it is the best thing ever. But in reality, that is not the best thing. In reality, maybe you've been clouding your judgment because you are afraid. And I realized I was afraid. I realized I was afraid. And I forced myself to stay in a situation where I was like, I'm gonna stay here. The benefits is good. I don't know if I could find that anywhere else, but that is not what was true to me. But what's true to me is to believe in myself, believe in who you are as a person, believe in your commitment as an individual, and believe that you're worth more than what a paper says. Hey man, the world is a dangerous place, and this government right now doesn't want you to know this, but benefits come with work. It should not be considered what you would call it, like a exclusive package. Like it should not be considered that because it comes with the job. If your job is giving you benefits and saying, hey, look, we also offer benefits that nowhere else is gonna offer, that is a lie because everywhere is required to give you benefits. I believe it's federal if it's under like 20 employees or 20 or 10 employees, something like that. Then no, it's not required. But when it's over a certain amount of employees, you have to introduce the benefit package. And I honestly, and I honestly clouded my judgment because I thought this benefit I wasn't gonna get anywhere else. But the I hated what I was doing. I hated it. You might hate where you were at as well. And sometimes we people like me and you, we decide to stay stuck in our position, to stay stuck in our situation because we are afraid that we won't find it anywhere else. The worst thing you can do is to stay stuck and just accept it. But you got to look at the brighter picture. There's going to be a way out, regardless. There's going to be a way out of your situation, whether you like it or not. It's going to be a way out. There's never, ever, ever just a way. There's never, ever, ever just stopping. Um, and that's that's what I want to encourage you is that don't feel afraid to make the next move. Don't feel afraid, man. I'm gonna be real with you. It's probably like a dumb thing for me to say, but I just strongly believe in my faith and believe that there's always gonna be a way out of a hard situation when you make the right choices. And sometimes making the right choices is making the hard choices. Um, for me, I quit the job after 8 months. Man, it just got to the point I was dealing with too much. I would say like no, not depression, but I was angry for months, and I was like, yo, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this job. I'm going to my work and hating it. Like that's the worst thing you can do is to go to a job every day and dislike it. And I was staying there because I thought, hey, this is the only thing that I can find. But I knew I didn't want to do it because I had skills. But it got to the point where I saw where this was going, and I was talking to God about it. I probably prayed like four or five times about this specific situation. I said, "Yo, God, like, take away this anger. I don't know where it's coming from, and mind you've been angry for months. And when you realize you've been angry, you and it's not leaving. There's a reason for that. And for me, it was work, but I was in denial, and it was for months. God was showing me the key, the answer. He gave me the key, but being in denial clouded my judgment until the point where I decided to quit. I said, let me hand in my 2 weeks because this is not me. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not this type of person, and I kid you not. I don't have any job online. I'm right now doing podcasts. Um, as soon as I put the 2 weeks in, as soon as I did it, maybe the next day, man, I fell asleep. Next day, all of my anger left. Wasn't angry anymore, and I felt good. I felt good. I felt that this was amazing. I felt amazed. Like, yeah, I've been praying about it for months and being in denial, looking at other other reasons why I am angry. But in reality, the guy was showing me the answer right in front of me. So that's when um I say this verse again, Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. Hey man, God showed me the answer, man. God showed me the answer, and I was being blinded to it. He said, you too special for this, you know. You too special for this. What are you doing, man? This is not you. You know it, and you've been knew it, but you staying there because of fear. Get out, find your way out, man. And I did it, man. I did it. And right now I feel good, man. I had an interview, just waiting on that call. I'm hoping God gives me the blessing, and His grace is upon me, and I can get that job. But regardless of the outcome, I know that God is gonna be able to take control where I go on from here. If there's a place that He doesn't want you to be, you're gonna get out regardless. He's gonna take you out whether you like it or not. You will get out. You will figure it out. Sometimes we're blinded by our decisions, and we are in denial. But eventually, we'll realize what it is. But that's pretty much it, man. I wanted to encourage you guys on that and tell you guys about the story. Well, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Sorry about the background noise. Gotta fix this audio situation, but hey, hey guys, stay blessed and continue listening to Trials. Bye bye.